Recently, many have been speaking on the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, but is it legit and what does it actually say? The Infancy Gospel of Thomas, not to be confused with the Gospel of Thomas, is a 2nd century Gnostic work that claims to show stories of Jesus as a young man, specifically from the age of 5 to 12. It describes Jesus as a very poor and opposed to his nature seen in the Bible. Many early church fathers are also known to criticize this work. Now, there are some very big issues with this text. The first and largest one being is that Thomas could have not written it. Unless he was either a zombie or sent it down from heaven, there was no possible way Thomas could have written a document made in the 2nd century. And the book specifically claims to have been written by Thomas, as it says, I, Thomas the Israelite, have considered it my duty to recount all the Gentile brethren to the deeds of our Lord. This fake Jesus also is very disobedient to his parents. Joseph tells Jesus, holding him by his ear, to stop cursing people, but instead of listening, he insults Joseph, stating, in your brute ignorance. People in the book even note that Jesus does not respect his elders nor other boys, for he had killed, paralyzed, and blinded many, and even later he goes on to kill a teacher. But it is to be noted that he did heal the people after humiliating a priest. This is completely contradictory to the Jesus we see in the Bible, who says that we should honor our parents and love thy neighbor. Something tells me that killing people and paralyzing them is not exactly the nicest thing to do. The author of this Gnostic text also seems to be very disconnected from actual Jews. For in one situation, Jesus claimed to have lived far before Zacchaeus, claiming to be before the world began. The Jews shout in amazement, but in the Gospels when Jesus says that they try to stone him. This situation seems very unlikely based on what we know of the Jews at this time. I think there's a slight argument that someone could make is that, well, Jesus was very young at this time. This fake Jesus was very young at this time. So I think someone could make an argument to say, well, maybe they wouldn't have stoned him because he was that young. But I think that the fact that they gave amazement, even that kind of idea, is still something that we see as a contradiction for the Jews at this time. They would have been amazed that a Jew was claiming to be born before the world. That would have still been maybe not a stoning offense, but it would have still been like a raising your eyebrows offense. You know what I mean?